Good day. Welcome to 365 Days of Amazing Stories with Theo Mayer. Here I am right now at Earthbound Farms, and it's a celebratory day because it's the 40th anniversary. Incredible history, Earthbound Farms, which I'm not going to get into. But I just wanted to give a little view of a farm area that's just beautiful. A few people do the farming here. They do have some nice implements, but look at that. I think that's a strawberry guava tree. Beautiful flowers around it. A number of these right here. And then we get into these fields. Of a variety of flowers and vegetables. Now, why should farmers have all the fun? If I were to create, or think about, not create, if I were to envision an ideal society, I would see an ideal society made up of farmers and artists. So you've got onions in here, lettuces. Some of the lettuces are going to seed very quickly. Flowers, irrigation pipes, beets, carrots, basil in abundance, some kind of a brassicas, probably broccoli growing up here. I'm going to do one side and then I'll walk back the other. But really, it's like, why? That bee's having some fun. Why should farmers have all the fun? Look at the relationships they create with these plants. In order to grow plants, you sort of need to know what they're about, what they need to thrive. And once you develop that relationship and know the needs of these various plants that we like to grow, you can make a lot of food and a lot of beauty happen. Most wonderful experience I've had in farming and gardening has been doing it in community. Lavender, peppers, especially if you're not working with machines, it's quiet enough to where you can visit and talk as you're doing your planting, doing your harvesting, doing your tilling. I worked with Mennonite horse and buggy farmers for a while, and that was just an incredible experience. No fuel-powered machines. A lot of squash growing right there. Again, just beautiful flowers in abundance. There was one day when we were picking peppers. There were probably a dozen adults. Their children, the youngest, were off playing. We had a horse-drawn iron wagon that we were dumping our bags of peppers into. There's a bunch of squash growing. Here's one kind of variety patch that's really beautiful. Some corn growing up. A lot of different plants all intermingled together. So we were harvesting peppers, and sometimes our discussions would get so animated that everyone would be standing up, talking, listening to each other, sharing whatever it is they felt needed to be shared on whatever topic we were talking on. No one would be picking. And then slowly one person would go down and start picking something again, and we'd all get back to picking. the horses, they just watched and followed along as we were picking. Further we went, they would move up a little bit and then stop. Fennel bulbs. It looks like a kale. Basil going to seed. Sunflowers. More squash. These squash need to get picked. My God, that's just getting too big. Red onions. Looks like more carrots coming up there. A lot of lettuces. Kale. So one of the things is, we all have the farming in us. It's not like we're all earth tenders and earth stewards. And if you want to go back into the truth of who you are, which I think it is so important to do, we are all tenders of the earth. That is our role here. We're stewards. We know how to do this. And we need to tune back into the wisdom that lives within us. Make the relationships with all this other life that we share this planet with, and turn it into the beautiful garden that our planet can be. One of my friends who was Mennonite, horse and buggy farmer, Marlon, he didn't even want to use horses for what he was doing because he felt it just complicated things too much. He wanted to do everything by hand. And one person, if you're focused on actually growing things, that is your focus, you can make so much happen in a given day. It's like raising your own food. It's just such a beautiful thing to do. And imagine if we were all planting gardens, planting fruit-bearing trees. What a different kind of planet we would have instead of being focused on our hourly wage and how much money you could make in a day so you can buy things that other people are growing for you or making for you. How about just living the life where you take care of your own needs and the planet at the same time, and each other as well. Okay, that's it for today. Thanks for joining. Grow some plants.